I'm about to go on a job interview. Can Feng Shui help? Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Amanda Gates, and I get this question a lot about whether Feng Shui can help you through a job interview, and absolutely it can. The biggest issue around going into something like a job interview is anxiety, right? Your nerves are just completely frayed, and it makes sense because going into a job interview with other applicants can be scary, right? So we recently experimented with a client that we work with here in the office, and she was going on a job interview. And so we said, let's just try some of these things out and see what happens. Let's experiment a little. Not only did we have her do these things, but she did them. She nailed the interview and she got the job. So that's why I wanted to share this with you today, because I know a lot of you are probably going out and you're going through this nerve-wracking thing called a job interview, and I think that these things will help. So first and foremost, what I want you to do is cultivate your chi. What the hell does that mean? That means taking the time to calm down, maybe meditate, go for a walk in nature. You need to calm down. When we look at our brain waves, we're spending most of the time in beta, which can be very frenetic, and we can be on edge. And so what we want to do is we want to calm those brain waves down and get you closer to alpha, which is the next level down. It's the calm, happy space that we want to be in, but we can still operate, with our eyes open. So that's where we want to be. Then what I want you to do is set a clear intention. Envision what's going to happen in this job interview. Envision the types of questions that you might get asked. What do you want the interviewer to experience from you, and vice versa? We had this client of ours go through this practice every day for a week before she had her interview, and she just kind of played out in her mind how she saw things going. And I actually did the same thing with her. So if you have somebody in your life that is, close to you, have them do the experiment with you, because I think it powered it up and it just set forth and really solidified that intention for her. I just envisioned her going into this interview, having a great conversation with the interviewer, and having the interviewer just be really impressed with the answers and, just her mannerisms and how she carried herself and how she answered the questions. The other thing I would encourage you to do is to set up an altar. Once you've got your clear intention set forth and you've put that out into the ether, you can set up an altar which just sets forth ceremony. And by doing that, you can kind of solidify that intention. And every time you see that altar, it's going to remind you, I am going to kick ass in this interview. I am going to nail this interview and I am going to get this job. It's just a little ping every time you see it. So make sure you set it up in a place that you see every day. Maybe you set up a small one in your bathroom. Maybe it's on your nightstand. You can even set it up in your kitchen. Just some place that you're going to see it every day. And the last thing that I had her do is to place a bell on her desk that she had in her home. So if you have an area in your home that is acting as your desk, or maybe you have an actual office, set a bell on your desk and ring it 9 times. What that does is call forth helpful people. What it does is it calls forth new opportunities and support in your life. And what do you need when you're going through a job interview? You need those 3 things, right? You need that coming into your life. So practice that, practice these tips, and set forth a clear intention that you're going to nail it. By doing this, you can get clear about what it is that you want, get clear about the experience that you're going to have and the outcome that's going to happen, and then by ringing that bell, you call it into your experience. Pretty cool, right? So like I said, she did these things over the course of a week, went into the job interview. She was so calm, collected, answered everything calmly and intelligently, with clarity, nailed the interview, and she was hired 2 weeks later. She was so excited, and we were excited too because we got to experience it with her. So I'd love for you to try this. Put your comments below. Let us know how it unfolds for you. Let us know how your experience is, and let us know if you get the job. We'd love to hear from you. All right, everyone, my name is Amanda Gates. If you'd like to learn more, head on over to my website at gatesinteriordesign.com. Be sure to check out my podcast at Home Energy Design that can be found on iTunes and Stitcher. And you can also find a ton of videos on this platform called YouTube. All right, everyone, trust the vibe because the energy never lies.